Hello again, everyone. I want to do some more butterflies today. I want to use this. I think this is probably the last of my squished tissue backgrounds that I did in a video a short while ago. And I had used a die just to make some interest on a back panel the other day. I think I used a Craft Addiction one the other day. Can't remember what this one is, but it's just a series of little holes. I think it comes with something else. Can't remember. But there's a couple of points here that I thought might be useful to mention at this moment. Just here you can see a little dimple, which is where a little die cut piece has made an impression in the card, and that was because my top plate had got a little piece of card just stuck to it. It wasn't stuck with glue, it was just there, and I hadn't noticed, and I carried on and just die cut it. So I've got a little dent. I can put something over that, but it's just, one of those things that brings you up short and thinks, you think you must just check that your top plate is clear. Once I'd cut these out, my bottom plate, and I use a magic match, which I absolutely love. It was full of dents and lots of these little pieces. Some were left in the die, some were in the card, and some were attached to this mat. Now, they were really quite hard to get out, but the way to get them out is just to use your heat tool and a scraper. I use this kind of scraper, just like this. There's various ones you can get. I've got another one here, this similar sort of thing. The heat tool just swells the fabric of this mat and pushes those little pieces out, and you just do that and scrape them off. From time to time, you do need to heat your magic mat to flatten it, because it will start to bow a little bit. But I absolutely love these things. This pair, I bought a pair from scrapbook.com, and they have been going, well, I don't remember when I bought them, more than a year, being used every single day. And the marks from that die would just, well, they just disappeared. The material just swelled up, pushed out the bits, and we were fine. So that was kind of by the by, but it was just in passing, just to make sure that we do remember to check our plates, top and bottom, to make sure they are clear of extraneous bits and pieces. So that one may be used for a sentiment or something, not quite sure. It looks rather dull at the moment, but there are ways of sort of sparkling this up. One of the things is something like this, Crafter's Companion Spray and Sparkle. Quick flash of that over it and it would be very interesting. May well use that later on. That one's called Pearl Diamond. I've got various sorts. This one is iridescent. This one is much more subtle, a bit more classy, if you know what I mean. This one's a little bit Saturday Night Out, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's kind of, oh, there's another one here. What's this one? What is this one? Oh, that's another Pearl Diamond. You can tell that's my favourite because I've got more than one pot. I don't know if they still make it. I've had them for ages. Sometimes if they come on special, I will buy a bunch. Anyway, I digress. Let me get on with this. I'm going to highlight these squished up tissue pieces with my gold embossing paste, not embossing paste, gilding wax. We've just had a man here giving us a quote for a stair lift. I don't know if we, gosh, look at that. Isn't that glorious? Oh my. Look at this. Oh, wow. Isn't this beautiful? This was my favourite to start with, but look at it now. Oh my goodness. I am doing this highlighting with the gilding wax before I do my die cutting. The reason being, at the moment, these tissue paper ridges are quite elevated. once I start to die cut with them, they'll be flattened. And if I then try and do my highlighting, it won't be so clear. So that's the reason I'm doing it before die cutting. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. Absolutely love this. And I'm using my finger rather than my applicator. The applicator is very small and it would go down into the crevices rather than just staying on the top of the peaks, if you know what I mean. Isn't that gorgeous? It's almost a shame to cut that up, isn't it, really? Oh, I'm going to see if I can save a piece that can be used in its entirety. Not sure if I can. I thought I wanted to cut 3 butterflies, and the butterflies I was going to use were memory box ones, the canyons and the prairies. I think I was going to use. The canyon is 1 and the prairie is 2. I'll see what I can get out. I will be back when I've cut these out. I'm just going to have to do a bit of jiggery-pokery, trying to get the in and leave a little piece of this, which we'll do for a background for another time. I've spent a bit of time fiddling around with it. I wanted to preserve this little bit here. I just thought it was so lovely that I wanted to try and get the rest of the bits that I wanted out of the remainder of this bit of background. So I've got 3 butterflies. I actually got 4, but I don't think I want 4 because I've got 3 kind of circles. I've got the bits and pieces here. I've got 3 middles. This is a mix and match between 2 different sets. It's the prairies and the canyon butterflies from Memory Box. So I think one of this goes from one and one goes from the other. But, you know, I'm doing my little bit of magic, my little bit of substitutions. So what I'm going to do, I think with these wingtip businesses, I'm going to put some gold on it. I think I'll find myself a new applicator. Here we go. This is eyeshadow applicators from Amazon. So I'm going to try gold on there. I mean, just look at this. Don't you think they're stunning? The tracery of the tissue is beautiful. So, this one and this one have got the outside little bits. That tiddler hasn't got those, but I will be using a bit of this on there to kind of substitute for that. So let's just see. Let's just cover these. I don't know. It seems a bit of a shame, really, because what they looked like before was lovely. But I just want the contrast between that and that. I'm hoping that the little piece that's left can be a background for something. Maybe I could do that with the blotting sheet. Let's just put a bit extra gold onto these bodies. Okay. That almost seems sacrilege to put gold on those, but I wanted it to show up against that. So let's see. I need to poke out the holy bits. There we go. Let's bring this over here. Oh, I like it better without. I really like that better without those. Let's have a look at these. Do you know, I'm just going to touch I'm not going to use that. I'll use the bodies, definitely. But I don't like them. I think I've ruined those. So what I'm going to do is just highlight the edges of these. Just a little bit. These are just so beautiful. The veining of the tissue. That's kind of spoilt it, really. So never mind. Just highlight them with this. They were so pretty before, really. Right. And I think for a sentiment, I will do a gold embossed one with embossing powder. I'll find a suitable sentiment to pop on, but it's going to be really fairly clean and simple. Look at that. Beautiful. Do this one just on the edges. Okay. Now stick them together, put the body on. Oh, I haven't done the tiddler. Let's do the tiddler. I'll have just a little bit of gold on this one as well. Just look at those wings though. Absolutely beautiful. Just the very edge. There we go. It's hard to pick up. What am I doing this side here? There we go, all done. Right, now we'll join them together. Do I want that on the top? Yes, I think I do. And one of the smaller ones. Don't know what's happened to my favourite tweezers. Look at that. Join these one. A bigger one here. And the baby. I don't think this one, I don't know if this one is supposed to have one of these, but it's got one. Okay. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. I don't like those. I think I've spoilt those, but I think these will be fine as is, shall we say. So we can pop these, one with each circle, or part thereof. Isn't that, I mean, that is just, without anything else, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Clean and simple. Let me just find a sentiment and then we'll be in business. I thought I'd just have plain happy birthday for this one. So, bit of Versamark. This is a negative. I'm still thinking about all these negative stamps to get made, and I need to sit down and have a good old session, thinking and writing and all the rest of it and sorting out. But I just love these. Right, now we're going to emboss with just simple gold embossing powder. I did just go over with some anti-static powder to start with. Here's my gold. Quick shimmy. I think that's okay. Back into the box. And we'll heat set. And we'll cut it out. Pop that onto foam tape and it will be done. Right, just take those off for a moment. I'm going to put foam tape on the back, avoiding the area where the holes are. So here's foam tape on my panel, avoiding all the bits where there are holes. We want the shadow to show on all of them. And we'll pop this onto the card base, like that. We'll pop these. That one's got to cover that little hole there, the little dent, in their respective places. And a happy birthday. I think I'll put this on with the very, yeah, I quite like that. This is the very narrow, the very thin foam tape. So as we've already got one piece on there, we won't raise it too much, but it'll still give that little bit of dimension. I much prefer the thinner foam tapes to the thick ones, but the thick ones are really useful for shakers. Okay, that's that. That's stuck on. Now we just pop these on with a bit of glue, I think. Just a trail here and there. Put a little trace on that body just to make sure it sort of hangs in. Okay. And the happy birthday and a clean and simple card is done. Just love this background. I think I'm going to have to do a few more of those. Really, really lovely. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and giving a thumbs up. And thank you so much. Those people recently bought me coffee. So kind. Thank you so much. And I'm very, very grateful. So come back and see me very soon.